No, Papi will dig it.
Dale, Papi.
How worried should Patriots fan be after last night's loss to the lowly Dolphins?
This question is basically, should last night's weird result trump the previous 15 years of information that we have about this football team? We don't spend a lot of time worrying about the Patriots. They are a lesser offense when Edelman and Gronk are not playing with Tom Brady. That much is a fact. But I think the takeaway from last night's game, and this was equally weird to the result, Adam Gase dragged Bill Belichick all over the field. That coaching clinic last night was something that you don't see very often. Belichick got schooled last night and knew it afterward from the way that he was talking. It was amazing to watch that. It doesn't mean much beyond because, you know, he's going to fix it and they're going to fix it. But that was amazing to see in real time.
I mean, are we serious, though, with this? This happens once or twice a year, and then we all revel in, you see, they can be had. And watch, they'll go and play Pittsburgh this weekend and wipe the floor with Pittsburgh like they do every time that Mike Tomlin and the Steelers play the Patriots. But I will say this. Gronk has been hurt a ton, right? I know he was off this game because he's a moron, but he's had an issue with injuries, and the biggest predictor of future injuries is past injury. So without Edelman and Gronk, which is possible depending on his history, man, he's not the same player. He's only got a 50 QBR. When he's got at least one of them in there, Brady's got a 74 QBR. So I'd watch out because of his history.
Well, I tell you one thing, I saw this thing coming, you know, week after week after week. I knew that Jay was in the right track. Took him about 11 weeks to get into a winning shape. No, that's it. He's the man that I always hope for, you know. He's scrambling out of the pocket. He's throwing on the run, you know, he's going deep. And he's doing everything, you know, he's zeroing in the end zone, you know, he's the man.
Right. As soon as you're totally out of it and you think Jay Cutler's done forever, boom, they're 6-7 and still out of it. But he's not done forever.
In the hunt, Dan.
In the hunt.
Should OKC consider trading one of their big three already?
This has been a quiet mess here. They're under 500, and when you look at the places they left, Victor Oladipo is doing things that not even Paul George did. The Knicks, without Carmelo Anthony, have a record that is better right now than the Thunder have with Carmelo Anthony. I don't know what you do about this. I do think it takes time and takes a minute, but this team isn't playing defense. And when you're losing at home to teams like the Hornets, you're not quite good enough.
Dan, the reality is that this team isn't a good fit. And I know we could sit there and say, well, it's only been 26 games, and look at LeBron, Wade, and Bosh at 9-8. Yeah, but as you pointed out, defense is the key. And Paul George and Carmelo Anthony and Russell Westbrook are guys who all want the ball in their hands. That wasn't the case with Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh was a better fit as the third player. Paul George is clearly uncomfortable in this position, and his offense is affected. He's basically been relegated to being a spot-up shooter. This thing needs to go because he's a free agent, okay, at the end of the season. You can't sit around and wait. This isn't Bosh, Wade, and LeBron who were locked up for 4 years.
This is fascinating to think about, though, because these were trades that we all agreed absolutely had to be made. And Presti did an amazing job getting these stars together in Oklahoma City. And we're a quarter of the way through the season, and what he's saying is not laughable.
Yeah, they should make a trade. They should trade Paul George for Victor Oladipo.
Oh, there you go. That's a good trade. That's a good trade. Yes. Send Carmelo back to New York somehow. They won't send anything back. Yeah. They won't even open up their arena when he gets there. Send him back there.
Russell would definitely be more happy, that's for sure.
What do you make of the chase the whiffer is throwing at the Marlins?
The whiffer is Giancarlo Stanton. I am happy for Giancarlo Stanton. It was cool to see him grow up before our eyes in South Florida, where he wasn't comfortable with these press conferences. He was stoic and nervous, and now he goes to New York. He kills it, and he kills the Marlins while he's there.
I wanted us to go forward and have an advance with the pitching staff. I thought our lineup was legit, and we needed help with our pitchers, and we needed to add rather than subtract. And the way they wanted to go was to subtract. So I let that be known. I didn't want to be a part of another rebuild, another losing season. I mean, you guys are the media. You've seen what has gone on down there. So no stamp of this is how things are going to be. It's a different direction every spring training. You got to learn something new every spring, a different manager every spring, every middle of the season. So that's mainly what I meant.
Dan, we have a saying in Spanish that goes, you go from Guatemala to Guatapeor, which means you go from bad to worse. And that's what Giancarlo Stanton must have felt like in that situation. Jeffrey Loria was easily the worst owner we've ever had, maybe in professional sports, certainly in Major League Baseball. And Derek Jeter is a complete neophyte at this point. He has no idea what he's doing. He didn't speak to Giancarlo Stanton like a man early on in the process and then tried to hold him hostage. I mean, he has no idea what he's doing. He's completely in over his head. And I don't blame Giancarlo for feeling that way.
There's so many parts of this that are offensive. If you care about South Florida, if you care about competitive sports, if you care about taxpayers paying for stadiums, among the things that are offensive is for the valuable player in the National League, the most valuable player in the National League, they just didn't get much of anything for him. And in fact, traded him to the Yankees and paid some of the closing costs on this, gave away something that had great value. You can't do that. You don't have to do that. Even if you're running a business, even if you want a fresh start, you could have waited months. You could have waited months to get better offers than this one, to see if you could build a relationship with Stanton in order to get him to waive his no-trade clause or make it more teams or create bargaining leverage. This was a bleep up from start to finish with everyone involved and goes all the way to baseball's top when you're talking about giving a team to Derek Jeter who can't afford one.
And to make matters worse, Dan, he wasn't even at winter meetings. He was at the Monday Night Football game watching Papi's dad, Jay Cutler.
While being paid $5 million a season. They don't have money to pay Stanton, but they've got that much to pay Jeter.
I think that he will have to start wearing the weekend sunglasses in South Beach because people are beginning to hate the guy. They want him to go out back to New York where the Soviet stations
It's weird.
are,
It's a whole weird thing. I don't know what Jeter's doing. Jeter's never been. When was the last time Jeter was unpopular? Now he's living in the middle of unpopular.
He's playing in Lithuania. A good move for the younger Ball brothers.
As a non-parent, I am not in the business of giving other parents how to raise their children advice. But if you're talking about increasing Big Baller brand, this is the way to do it. Go and allow your kids to make money for playing basketball and increase your brand instead of having them be exploited by colleges so that the colleges are making the money off of your kids. Start their professional track now if what you're interested in is basketball and building that brand.
All right, Dan, look, I've been a defender of the Big Baller brand and LeVar Ball. Hell, we might have put him on the radio before anyone in Los Angeles at ESPN LA. And I've been a supporter of his. But this one, no chance, okay? Yes, I agree with your premise of making sure those guys make money to play basketball, unlike in college. But man, in Lithuania, on basically a D-League version of a Lithuanian team, and the reality is because LiAngelo and LaMelo had to be a package, you've now ruined the chances of LaMelo being good or at least gaining some ground as a basketball player because he could have been shopped to one of the better teams in Europe, but because LiAngelo's not good and you made him a package, they're stuck together in this awful league with a coach who doesn't speak English in a town of 10,000 people who don't speak English either. That's not good for anybody.
I mean, yeah.
You know who's going to be very happy about this? The Lakers, because LeVar is going to be real far away.
Oh, that's right.
That's,
oh, my God. Luke Walton has been calling Lithuania for days now. Get him out of my hair!
Lonzo secretly, too.
Would it make sense for LeBron to sign in Houston next summer?
This is an idea being floated by The Ringer here that makes a ton of sense when you consider that LeBron's got a lot of ground to make up, and Houston is already making up that ground without LeBron James. If they added it, all of a sudden, you'd be in a position where you can attack Golden State in a reasonable way if you could figure out a way to do it, and Daryl Morey is a person who figures this out. His ability to get stars to come to Houston and then build infrastructure around them and that makes James Harden better now than he's ever been in his career is something that would be very inviting to LeBron.
LeBron will be playing with a guy in James Harden who will be the best player he's ever played with. I know people will say that Dwayne Wade was that guy, but by the time Dwayne Wade and LeBron played, he was 28 and he started to deal with injuries. James Harden doesn't have that. This makes all the sense in the world because of that, because Chris Paul is his buddy. Hell, he may be able to get all his buddies on this one team because Melo could potentially end up there. We know Dwayne Wade could end up there, so he may have that banana boat team finally. But here's the thing, Dan. Does he want to play against the Warriors in the conference finals and run the risk of not even getting to the NBA finals? I don't know if LeBron is willing to take that risk, which is why he should go to the Sixers and play with the processing company.
Yes.
You know where he should go? He should go to Boston, you know. He should play again with Kyrie Irving. That's the guy that made him.
Oh,
that's right. That's the reason he has a ring in Cleveland.
All right.
That's
Well, there
it.
you go. All right. I'm trying to facilitate a trade to the Boston Celtics. That would be fun.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable. Do you question?
you give us the topics and the events, and we question them.
Do you question if this basket should have counted?
All right, Memphis and the Heat played last night. That's not the game we're going to analyze. A kid's game broke out around that game. And here we check in with the kid. Should this basket have counted? This kid right here, very dramatic.
Ripping his jersey off in Hulk Hogan style.
Yes, to reveal a Gasol jersey.
Mark! They
Yes.
still love him in Memphis, even though Fizdale doesn't.
Yes, and now he's dribbling. Should this have counted? Well, where's the defense?
Okay, well, wait a second. No, there's no chance that should have counted, right?
Oh, did they let him score because he was wearing a Gasol jersey?
I think they were stunned by his reveal of the jersey. And by the way, he did travel, and that's also a kickball. So yeah, it shouldn't have counted.
Ring, ring, ring.
Oh, you know who it's going to be.
Pepito?
No.
Hey, what's going on, Fred? Fred Hoiber. Fred Hoiber.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah?
he called you. He didn't have the direct line, bro.
What? You saw the video? No. He just didn't travel. That was double dribbling too.
Oh, it was also a double dribble.
Wow.
Okay. It wasn't technically
Yeah.
traveling, it was double dribble. Okay.
Hey, Fred, you have won 2 games, yeah? I'm telling you something, you're on the roll now, buddy. That's
that's
doing
right.
good now. You
Yeah,
might keep your job next year, you know what I mean?
Awesome.
Good going, Fred. Take care.
You're no longer 3-20. You've got 5 or 6 wins.
Do you question what muscle group he's working?
All right, the producer gave me this information. We're going out to a gym. And then the producer said, and that's all I've got for you. Okay. So we're going out to a gym, and that's all I've got for you.
Whoa.
Wow, that is some flexibility. Is that the lower back?
I think it's also an arm exercise?
Is that, that's definitely a Cirque du Soleil person, right?
Or the guy that's at the NBA games that performs at halftime, right? He's one of those guys, isn't he?
What muscle? Answer the question, Sedano. What was the muscle being worked there? Let me see it again.
I'm going to go arms, I think.
I think there's a pretty good back stretch there, too.
It's a stretch, though, but you're not actually working out the back there, I don't believe.
Yeah. Help me out here real quick. The top of that particular thing, that is the butt. Yes?
Yes, that is the butt.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
The
Thank
buttocks.
you. All right.
For a moment, I thought that was a penguin, really.
It really kind of looked like a penguin. I'm with my dad on that. That kind
didn't
of
know
looked
what
like
it
a
was.
cartoon
Yes.
penguin.
Yes.
It really did. And the cartoon penguin's face looks like it smells really bad.
That's a good point.
That too. Do you question whether this kid had it if he had kept running?
All right, we are going out to some train tracks in the Czech Republic. And the question is, do you question whether this kid had it if he'd kept running? All right, let's check in.
Okay.
Where?
Which kid? That kid?
Oh, okay. Oh, my God.
No.
Oh! Oh!
Oh, my God. There he is.
There he is. Everything's fine. No problem. Woo! All right, everything's good. That bout
Holy
of... Yes, all right.
crap.
Whoa!
It
All right.
actually hit him?
All right, yeah, but that bout of stupidity did not end in a casualty, so we can all laugh.
Lord.
Let's respect the question here, Sedano. Would he have had it if he had kept running? Would he have made it to the other side here if he had kept running?
Let's take a look. Let's get to the video.
Oh,
he had it. He had it.
No.
He was at least two-thirds of the way there, Dan. Are you kidding?
No, he would have lost
Come
his
on.
ankles. Both his ankles
No
he would have
way.
lost, tragically.
Two-thirds of the way there.
Both
kid.
ankles.
If you're going to go big, go big or go home, kid.
No, they would have found
No,
six.
he stutter stepped.
6 blocks away, they would have found his ankles.
And remember, it is only funny because he didn't get hurt.
That's right.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
right. That's the only reason that it's funny.
right. No,
And you would have had to muffle that laughter
Yeah.
if somehow that had clipped him in a way that was injurious.
Coming up next on my son's TV show.
Oh, ouch. Oh, now here come more. Oh, and here we go. Yeah, now all of these people are going to get run over.
Turn up your swagger game with One-A-Day Men.
Get ready for the wild
a complete multivitamin with key nutrients plus B vitamins for heart health. Your one-a-day is showing.
When food is good and clean and real, it's okay to crave. And with Panera Catering, there's more to go around. Panera, food as it should be.
Thunder Pacers at 7. Hornets Rockets at 9:30. Tomorrow on ESPN.
The College Football Playoff Semifinals, New Year's Day on ESPN.
This watch right here costs 90,000 plain Jane, but I'm going to put some rocks off in it anyway. These haters, they're gonna hate on you like anyway. So I'm gonna put some rims on it anyway. I don't.
Tell us what's on television tonight. He's usually going to be intrigued.
Tonight on ESPN, Lakers and Knicks.
Poppy, you remember Michael Beasley, right, with the Miami Heat?
Michael Beasley,
yes.
that's right. He was his spark plug when he played for the Heat.
He wasn't. No, he wasn't. But regardless, okay, I'm not sure what that has to do with anything. But last night, wow, two of them at the same time. Last night, he fouled out in 10 minutes. Let's see all of these fouls here. There's one, obvious one, yeah. Yeah,
He's trying to, though.
Yeah, there's two. There's another one.
Oh, that one's questionable.
Okay. Oh, offensive foul, yeah.
This is happening in a very short amount
Yes,
of time.
yes.
10 minutes of play.
Again, all 6 fouls in 10 minutes. There he is. All right, so now.
Here's my favorite part. I was watching this. The Pat. Yeah, thanks. I'll see you later.
10 minutes. Is that a standing ovation for Michael Beasley?
Yes, of course. The Garden loves it. Who wouldn't?
Okay. I will remind you guys yet again that this Knicks team has a better record than Carmelo Anthony does with Paul George and Russell Westbrook. Are you intrigued, Sedano?
See, I'm intrigued because anything Michael Beasley, much like DeMarcus Cousins, is pure entertainment. Obviously, I want to see Lonzo and Kyle Kuzma, who may be the best rookie on the Lakers.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Are you kidding me? Beasley's a very smart guy, buddy. He only played 10 minutes and he got paid for the whole game. You know, from now more players are going to follow.
They're going to figure that out.
That's right.
He's a pioneer.
That's right. He's a pioneer now. I'm telling you what.
When
That's
Silver
right.
changes the rules and no players are allowed to rest, they're going to do the Beasley move. They're going to name it after him like the Rooney Rule.
Light years.
Tonight on Fox Sports Southwest, Spurs and Mavericks.
Oh, Kawhi Leonard might be back tonight. He is probable tonight, making his return. The Spurs win anyway, whether he's there, whether he's not there. But let's check in with what he's been doing while he's been off.
Stay tuned. We got stuff cooking up in here. We're gonna chop y'all up. Look at all of this. Karate style. Chop it up.
Oh, yeah.
Those look kind of thin.
See, this is what happens when you have your last season ended by Pachulia. You do everything in your powers to get vengeance, even if you have to go to the arts, the exotic and the dark arts. Are you intrigued, Sedano?
Oh, I'm very intrigued. There's a reason they call him the Claw, right? We've now seen it there. But I will say this. He could have done a little better. Remember when Drew Rosenhaus tried to do this? I think it was on like 60 Minutes or something. He lit them all on fire. Like, you got to step up your game, Kawhi. Come on.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But that's not the way you break things, you know. I want to show you how to break something.
Oh, you want to do
That's right.
it? Oh,
That's
Bobby
right.
wants to do
That's
it. Look,
right.
he gave me the elbow, and he said the no card.
That's
no
right.
card, because he doesn't
No
need
card.
that.
I never used the no
All right,
card.
all right, let's see here. Are you ready? Hold on. Slow down, big man. Hold on. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
It's hard.
It's not that hard.
Somewhere in France, semi-competitive rollerblading.
Semi-competitive rollerblading, guys. That is not. What is this? What video is this? This is not going to be semi-competitive rollerblading. What is this? Oh! Ouch! Oh, now here come more. Oh, and here we go. Yeah, now all of these people are going to get run over.
Oh,
yeah.
You saw that coming.
Yeah. We're going to take those people out. These are the things that you don't plan for when you're doing semi-competitive rollerblading. Ow!
Why would you even sign up for this as a security guard? Like, you're in the harm's way every time.
Oh!
No, come on, guy. For real.
There seems to be something in the road causing some problems. I'm sorry, I was supposed to keep going. Okay,
Yes.
my bad. Yes, I'm intrigued by this. Sedano, are you intrigued by it?
See, anything falling is always funny. Yes.
Poppy, are you intrigued by it?
see, I'm very intrigued. But I thought that video was going to be worse. Something like this.
Look out, everybody. Oh, I've seen this. This is bad. Yeah, this is very bad. What is this? This is what I thought we were going to see too. Oh. Yeah, that's exactly. Look at that. There's a wheel that just went. I thought I saw a human. There's a human head that rolled off there. We won't talk about that.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Talk to you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Hasta luego.
Let's try something easier to break, will you? Let's try this paper.
All right.
I go for that. I go for
Let's go.
that.
This
I
is
go for
going to
that.
get. This is going to get.
Bring it up. Bring it up a little
Bring
bit.
it up. Plenty of room because he's going to clearly break it. He's not going to break it.
You got it.
He broke